Okay, let's reset here. And let's see if we go live. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Blades, and yes, it's day 15. Yeah, early as well. Ugh, still asleep. Here we go. Day 15. Let's see what we can do, hey? So, all of our programs seem to be up and ready and waiting, yeah. So let's have a look. We've got our GUI, which is done. We have the main server, which is done that way, and we are now on display 3D, aren't we? And thank you, telephone, for letting me know I've gone online. And that's our to-do. So, it's refactoring. Same rules as before. No adding of code. So, how can I put that? It's no change. In implementation. Good grief. Why did I want to write that word? And after all of that, I feel happy again, because I'm here, back here with my itty-ditty Linux, little Manjaro. But that's where we're up to, and that's what we're going to do. So it's onwards with display. We've got the GUI, we've got the server, we've got the display to do, and then we will be tying the server and the display together to create the full the full effect of a single program using, well, three threads, but no, that's about 9 threads actually. Hey ho. We'll see how that goes. I know I'm starting early today because I've got a lot on. If the weather holds out, I've got to go and do some back garden stuff. The boss has given me instructions. Okay, we've got everything on screen. Yeah, everything looks good. My God, everything looks good. Does that mean I can have me keyboard back now? Yeah, go on, I'll have my keyboard back now. You look after that, Muppet. Muppet's here looking after things. Me mostly. So we've got a keyboardy thing, and that allows us to program thingies. Here we are, programming thingies, and yeah, display. Only changes I've made since yesterday is on the GUI. As you can see, also I've finally managed to get everything sorted out and saved. So on the GUI, we are in source application. I checked the performance frequency out, and it's like 100 times better than Windows for some unknown reason. So I had to add an extra 2 zeros here. So there's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and a 1. Yeah, shows a difference, doesn't it? So yeah, slightly more accurate on the performance counter, which is good. If we run it, GUI, come here. We run it. We should now see that everything's working as it should, which is good, really. There we go. These are the threads that I'm using. So there we go. I didn't check my timer. Should have checked my timer. But yeah, everything's... There you go. Number of ticks per second equals a lot. Yeah, when I saw that number, I thought, oh my god, how many zeros is that? I can hardly read it. Oh well. But it's looking okay. It's a bit low. Should be about 1.6 area I'm looking for, but we seem to be going alright today. We seem to be back up to speed. And it jumps around every now and again, which is fine. There you go. Everything, application destroyed. Fantastic. Input core, yeah. Everything's working nicely there now, which is good. Yeah, look at the threads. We're going to have loads of them. We're going to apps. Who says that you need to program threads? Who said that? I seem to be doing it quite successfully without having to program them. Yeah, anyway, that's a different story altogether, isn't it, really? Alright, let's get rid of that now. Back to display 3D. Where are we up to? We're up to here. Application, yeah. Got it in front of me. Oh, let's crack open the drinks. I haven't even started on the coffee today. So we are receiving on port 2020 instead of 2019 like the server, just so that we don't like receive the same things as a server, just to separate us off. Said Who 12, hello to you too. Good to see you. Shout out, mate. Yeah, thanks. Start of a project. Oof, this is phase 2. We've done phase 1. We're on day 15. I'll just pop it on screen for you. Here we go. This is where we're up to. I've done the GUI and the server. I'm now doing the display 3D. So the GUI sends messages to the server, and the server sends messages to display 3D. 3 separate programs on 3 separate main threads. That's important. And yeah, it's going to be an MMO. He says, Mission Impossible. So if you understand any of the code, feel free to chip in if I do things wrong or you have ideas. If you want to learn, ask questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you want. Everything's free here. It's a game club. We are making a game, or if you want something specifically for your own projects discussing, I'm quite happy to stop and do that as well. It's not all about me. Go on, go on. What have you got for us today? Okay. Oh my god, Minecraft. Yeah, good luck with that. You're into chunks. Chunks of terrain. Is it blockchain that can do that very well? I can't remember the name of it. Doing a Minecraft, yeah. How to do AO. What does AO stand for? Sorry. Oh, particles, right. AO. Are you doing it as a top down or a 2.5? Oh, ambient occlusion. Layers. is the easiest. But ambient occlusion goes towards sun through a past object, isn't it? Yeah, cubic, isometric. So, how would I do it? You would have to take a camera picture from the sun. Let's take the sun as a lighting object. And you would have to take a picture from your camera, from where you're looking at it. The picture from the sun goes into a separate buffer, and you use that to place the shadows and use it for ambient occlusion by comparing it with your camera picture, is the answer. So you need 2 renderings. Your first rendering pass is from the perspective of the light source, and the second rendering pass is from the perspective of the camera. So 2 separate buffers are involved. Sounds complicated? It isn't. Most of that can be run on your graphics card. Best thing to look up is shadow mapping. If you want to look into it, use OpenGL. Yeah, it's exactly the same as shadow mapping, except when you're doing the test, if the yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you know the time of day, you can do fake shadowing just by putting a circle below the object, and if you use a timer for time of day and the sun moves, you can circulate an offset circle around somebody's feet. Yeah, I understand that, yeah. So how do you do shadow mapping without a sun? Is pick a place for it. Any place. No objects, yeah, only a grid of blocks. Right, then what do you need AO for? Just the shadows? If it's just for the shadows, put a patch of dark. You could use a sprite, a puddle of darkness. But if you want lighting, you're going to have to do vectors. You're going to probably need to use OpenGL, even though it's only isometric. I would use OpenGL. All of my OpenGL stuff does lighting by default. I use Phong lighting. I haven't got it on this one. Where do I have Phong lighting? Let me just have a look. I should have it somewhere here. I usually do. I always have Phong lighting lying around the place. He says, unknowingly. No. Applications, no. Let's have a look in Workspace. Got Amber. That's the Window 3D stuff. Did I put in... Oh, that's just diskies. That's alright. Twitch is what we're doing now. I'm not sure if I've got any OpenGL on here. I have on the other side. Public. No. I don't think I have. That's what we're using now. Ah, that's interesting. I haven't. Okay, let's have a look. Let's look on... Here we go. This is on Windows 10. development, module 1, Amber SL, good. Yeah, source, OpenGL, use, shader utility, no, that's just how to create a shader. Mass display, yeesh. File handling, no thank you. Look under display, nothing there, okay. Go up 1, that's the executable. I've got an intermediate. Logs. No, that's no good to me. Got anything outside development? Dependencies include libs bin? No. Resources, shaders, yay! I'll try that one there. Well, there's not a lot in that. That's not the one I'm after. I want a frag. Here we go. Can I get that bigger? Control plus. So, what you do for the shading is you do need to, well, it's on cubes, isn't it? So working out your normals isn't a problem. They're all at right angles to each other. It's just the angle of whatever pretend light you want. So the Phong lighting equations are you take your ambient light, which is as low as possible. 0.1 is the highest number you should really have for your ambient light. Then you calculate your diffuse light. Do you want me to go through this in depth? Because if you do, I'll go through it all instead of you just taking it off the screen. Diffuse lighting is direct from the light source, but you do need to know obviously the colour, the light intensity. I usually use about 0.8. And you need your unit light vector, which is the vector from the light to the unit normal of the object. So unit light vector equals normalize to light vector, and the unit normal is surface normal. So the surface normal to the light source, and you just have a pretend one in. Oh, okay. So just use that and it'll do it automatically. Specular lighting, how much you should see reflected. You can mess it, you don't need that. You can just set that to whatever you want. 0.2 to 0.4 normally is okay. I would think it's a Vec3, so yeah, 0.2 across. And final lighting and final fragment colour comes out whatever the colour is. So what you do is you clamp it so it can't go over 1. But yeah, there's standard Phong lighting that I include with usually all of my OpenGL. Mainly because it just makes it look nicer. And I don't always put a light source in, I just make one up if I haven't got a sun. And that does all my ambient occlusions and everything. Does all my... I don't actually put a shadow in. If I do use shadowing, there's 2 techniques I use. The first one, the one that I'll be using first on this MMO, is fake shadowing. That's where you put a patch of false darkness, which is actually an object, in a circular object of just darkness. which has no reflection and just absorbs and is black. And you stick that on the floor underneath the object, but you put it to one side. You don't put it directly underneath the object, so the object is at the centre of the circle. You put it off to one side. And if you want the effect of the sun moving, you slowly pivot your circle, offset circle around. And as long as you follow and you set it up so it pivots with the Phong lighting equation, and wherever you're pretending the sun is coming from here, you get a very realistic shadow mapping for very cheap. Otherwise, you do have to do full shadow mapping and you have to take the picture twice. And that's not very cheap. But hey ho. That's how it's done. The different ways that I know of. For ambient occlusion, you can't really have one as with sparkling effects on the camera lens because it wouldn't work without a light source. You can't fake that. You need to be able to see the light source in the same scene. Interesting. But yeah, I'm glad I had it on Windows anyway. Whoops. I haven't got it on Linux at the moment. And I'm on Linux. I'm on Manjaro. I'll come back to my Linuxy thingy. Thank you. Well, thank you. That was a good question actually. Ambient occlusion. God, I haven't thought about ambient occlusion now for over 2 years. Wow. There you go. That was a good little bit there. Thank you. You've made my day. You've made me think about something again. Display, display, display. I want to do core initialization. Okay. That's where I'm up to. The link. Oh gosh, no. What's your link? You have a link. I haven't got it in front of me at the moment. Sorry. No, I haven't, is the answer. I haven't seen your link. And anybody who's not reading chat, I'm just talking to somebody called SetWho12. And you should be having a look at the chat. It's good for you. It's what this is about. It is a chat club, I suppose. It's just that I happen to be programming in the background. Of course, system hasn't got much in it, has it? I'm going to do my normal 3. PBR, ray tracing, yeah. Yeah, I know what I understand what voxel is, yeah. That's the word I was trying to remember. So yeah, the Minecraft problem. Ambient occlusion. Do a 2D ambient occlusion. Yeah, you have no sun or anything, no, you won't have. How do you want the effect to take place? Is it a shine, a camera lens flare, or is it for shadows? Surfaces which are obscuring anything, yeah. I'd use Phong. I know it's 2D, but even in a 3D voxel world, you've got 3 dimensions to work with. Yeah. Yeah, use depth. Just use straight depth buffer on OpenGL. And get... The only other way you can do it is by layering your screen. Stacking layers up. And put in like front layer, mid layer and back layer. And making sure that you draw back to front. I mean, you could always just do the ordering of things, especially when you're working with 2D. It's why I don't like working in 2D, because I have to think about ordering everything back. You have to draw the background first and then work your way forwards, otherwise things don't overlap in the right way. And if you've got glass, God help you. God, I used to hate glass. Water's the other one you're going to have fun with. Yeah, those are the only thoughts I could really think of is layering, or using the full 3D, and using depth buffering with Phong lighting, which is how I usually start. So it's not too bad. Let's get these set up, shall we? Void update. I started everything yesterday, so I've already got the stubs bust out. So, sorry, typed in. Oh gosh, I'm putting brackets in now and I don't really want them. Update core system. Yeah, that'll do. And I'll do an int. I'll do an int for now. Int shutdown. So those are your three. Those are the basic three. Oh, and if anybody is watching and they do know anything about C++, I've only got a constructor and destructor. I know I'm supposed to do the copy constructor, and I say this every time. Don't worry about it. I know all about that. You're supposed to do them in threes, but I don't care. Sorry. Couldn't care less. This is prototype 2 we're on. Prototype 1 worked, by the way. It was quite good. That was on day... what was it? 8. If you go back to day 8's videos, yeah, you'll see them there. If you want more on the way I handle lighting and stuff, you might want to take a look at something that I've done before. Where is it? Ooh, sugar. Don't want that. Just want that. Something on one of these. Oh god, it won't be in here. Playlists. This is on Amber Skies C++. If you type that in the search bar, you'll come up with that symbol there. Just click on it. Playlists. Not created. Why can't I do anything with that playlist? Okay. Show me all the created ones. Make sure it's created, it says there. I think it's everything to do with my OpenGL from start to finish is in this first stuff here. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I do testing and a game program. Can't remember what I did for testing. Just a test program. That's fine. But that's my full stages in like OpenGL, as it were. So that does a full SDK, which you can use freely, of course. So yeah, there's that, I suppose. There's a reference guide. There's some good stuff in there, there's some bad stuff in there, but most of it's clean. Most of it's clean programming, so you should be alright with that. But there's an absolute ton of OpenGL stuff on the Amber Skies YouTube. In fact, it's mostly all I've done so far. This is the first time I've sat down and started with 2D. And done it on purpose because I was doing too much 3D, I think, at the time. Because you have to have a change every now and again. Muppet doesn't say that. He's lying right across the table in front of me. Thank you, Muppet. Muppet is my cat. Let's get some of these set up. Am I going to need them? Don't know. But they look like fun. All I'm doing is I'm setting up standard ideas, things that I've used years, you know, time after time after time type of thing. So this is nothing new. There we go, we've got some of those. So that's core systems. Let's save you out. Now I'm going to be working about 3 or 4 files here, aren't I? Yeah. Display's a little bit trickier. There's 4 for this one, isn't there? Let's see if I can get these done right. Yeah. Notice I called it display 2D because I'm going to create a display 3D file later on, possibly in the next 2 weeks. Initialize display 2D. Make it an int. I'm making them ints nowadays instead of bools. I don't think it should be called update. Yeah, prepare. I think prepare is a better word for it. I'll just leave these as void, and this will be render 2D. And the last one will be int shutdown. So I've got an idea of what I want already. Yeah, shut down display 2D. Yeah, those are the kinds of things that I think I might need. I'll keep thinking about that ambient occlusion. If I can come up with anything on voxel, I will. One sec. Oh, Muppet. You are lying right all over the table. Okay. So... oh god, I'm stuck now. Oh, I use a T. I know what it means. I think it might be an S. Alright, I'll just pop that on for myself. Just a small note. Thanks for that, because I'm actually interested. I'd like to look up the answers to that one. I mean, if you find out the answers, come back and tell me. But I've given you my thoughts. They might have something useful there or not, I don't know. But yeah, I've never thought about it from a voxel perspective because it's isometric. I do all my isometrics in OpenGL 3D, so and I don't use voxel. Interesting. I'll have to have a look at that. It sounds good. It might give me some ideas for my own stuff. Excellent, thank you. That's what it's all about. Right, you lot, come here. How do I know what to type in here? I don't, is the answer. It'll all change. I don't know. I'm like that. I'll type something in and then 2 days later I'll just delete it all. I think I've done that once already with this lot. And yeah. Let's pop all these in. All this does is it makes it a member of the class. Tells our compiler who to associate it with. There we go. And let's set up this one. I do miss integrated IDEs. Wish I could use them on this. It's not fair. Okay, initialize, prepare, render, and shut down. Most IDEs will do all that for me. It's not that I'm lazy, it just takes time to do it, that's all. Right, we've got 2Ds, we've got core systems. Let's see what we need to do first. And here we go. Right, initialize. Delete UDPnet. Ooh. Good grief. Right, core. Int has initialized. Okay. I'll take a copy of that. Int has initialized. Has to equal 0 to initialize, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Copy, and that's going in core. So that can go here. And that's going to return has initialized. Okay. That one looks okay. So that is now core system. Yes. Okay. Application. Okay. I'll just drop this down one. Hash include. Better include them, I suppose, at this stage. It's a bit unfair if I don't. Core / core system. Hash. If you sticking your tongue out at me, Muppet, it looks like he's doing a snake maneuver here with his tongue. Weird cat. Include. I do get distracted very easily, you know. But I don't care. It's funny. Oh, God, we've got a load of stuff here, but we're not going to need. So I'm going to go to the bottom here. I'm going to make 2 new variables. One's going to be called core system, obviously. Core system is going to be *m underscore core system. I'm going to follow my standard rules of my amazing C++. My homegrown C++. It's a bit like a Trifid, it just keeps growing. And I will want a display as well, please. Okay, yeah, we'll have one of those. Asterisk m underscore. I'll just call it display for now. I'm not going to call it display 2D. There's a reason for that, because I might change it all. I might change that to a 3, and then it'll change all of these for me. There we go. So, core system and display, please. God, there's a lot of things here. M underscore core. Most of these will disappear, thank God. Core system equals a new core system. And we'll have M underscore display as a new display 2D for now. SDL log. May as well do everything properly whilst we're here. So this is, where am I? I'm in application, aren't I? So application constructed. There we go. And that's delete underscore display. Lovely. And deletes. Any more questions, by the way? Don't be afraid to ask questions, absolutely anybody. Display core systems. Ooh, can't do that. Core system. There we go. No. That one. Right. And that's SDL log. And it's application destroyed. Lovely. That's looking good. So that is now replaced by m underscore core system initialize core system. Thank you. Alright, well if the core system doesn't initialize, we can't do much more. So, if has initialized has initialized equals m underscore display. There we go. Ding. And that means I can now take you out of here. Up to there. Cut. You can go in display. Paste. Alright, so we're having problems now with MWindow, MRender, and MBob. Okay. Alrighty. I don't think... I'm not sure how this part's going to work. So I want window and a render for starters. So let's get hold of those from somewhere. Oh, Bob, another Bob. So it's this block. I'll have you lot. No, we'll cut. You can go into display. I do like refactoring. It's damn sight easier than it used to be. should now have a window render Bob other Bob. Which is you lot. And that means I need to cut you lot. And you lot go now here. Window we destroy, render we destroy, mbob and other Bob. How are we deleting you? And there we go, that's how we're deleting you. Fantastic. Alrighty. Looking good so far. UDPnet user, other user. I'm gonna send you off to the other place, core. So you can go off to core systems over here. Like that. Okay, that's looking better. IP address as well. Okay, you're getting that a lot. There we go. Looking good. Actually, yeah. No, I've done this. No, that's right. Don't like it. Keep it there, it doesn't matter. I'll think about it some other day when I'm going through. That's you lot done. UDPnet user and other user. How do you get deleted? Well, UDPnet's going to be easy. And that goes into here. So that one's easy. Needs a network user and another user. Ah, right, we've got a problem there. Yeah. Who don't we have? You two. I'm going to put MMO data. Don't like this. Oh, I remember now. We need mapping, don't we? Oh gosh, Muppet. Nearly fell off the table. Bless you. SDL2. Sorry, what network API do I use? SDL2 network. Let's get it on screen. I'm using UDP at the moment. Yeah, SDL_net.h. Yes. Yes, it does. I was on Windows, not yesterday, the day before. So, all the way up until last Friday. Episodes up to 12, isn't it? 8 to 12, I think it is. 9 to 12 is on Windows. Same code. I don't program for operating systems at all. So yeah, SDL2. All you need is deps. So you'd need, on Windows, you need includes like this. So there's an SDL2 include that you can download. Libraries. That's actually from Windows as well. I've left it in there just for completeness, so I don't have to keep downloading it every time. Don't use it on Linux. So, yeah, it works absolutely fine. What else am I using in here? Not sure, actually. What else am I using in here? Let's have a look in the server. No, I'm doing this one, aren't I? Let's have a look in the Pro. TTF, SDL2 TTF _TTF, which is the TrueType fonts. I'm using that for the graphical user interface and for possible display purposes. Don't think I'll be using it in the display at the end of the day, though. But just in case, I've got it there. As you can see, it was on Windows. All of that is the Windows conversion. So on Windows I have to include the dependencies for the SDLs. Okay. As far as I know, this same code will still work on my washing machine downstairs. My washing machine's that old. There we go, that's working alright so far here. Don't need the network here. I'll leave SDL in on the application. That's about it, really. And the core system and display, yeah, that's looking okay. Oh. Whilst I'm here, can I call that in to shut down? Because I don't like it like that. Save. 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 And you at the bottom. Wherever you're hiding away, here you are. That's better. Alrighty. Oh, let's go for it. And a shout out to Potka15. Thank you for that question. Very kind of you. Let's get back to the top. Let's see if we can finish off our initialization before we go off onto our travels for shutdowns. What have we got so far? Oh, we're running out. That's good. Display really isn't changing much, but hey ho, I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, we're listening on port 2020, so yeah, that's a straight one. And that can go in core. That is a network. And that's SDL underscore net.h. There we go. That's that one. That's that done. And here under initialization, there it goes. That goes in there. Perfect. That's all that one needs. Yep, yep. Well, core system isn't hard to do. Thank God. So that's core initialization done. And I wasn't happy with the application initialization. I needed to check it. Application. Nope, display. That's the one I don't like. Here we go. Got a ton of stuff in here. Has init. That goes there. Return has init. Okay, we have this. Does any of this return anything? That does. Return 0 on success or -1 on error. There we go. There we go, that changes to that. Set window title, void. We'll change that one. SDL load bitmap. Some kind of hash defined thing going on there. Setting a color key is an int. Return 0 on success or -1 if surface is not valid. Well, I didn't know that. And that's set color key. Alright then. I'll have you. Alright, so that's color key, gives an init, create texture, just gives a texture, free surface, don't care. Same here, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. So we've got Bob and other Bob. You are going to be our test Bobs. We're going to Bob the world. Alright, so we've got enough checks in there for has initialized. That's worked out alright. Yeah. But what I think we could do that better. Could do that. think that's better. This has to go. This has to disappear off somewhere. We shouldn't be initializing that. That is still bad. But hey ho, it's better than it was before. Let's face it. Let's be honest. I don't think I need to be told that. And yeah. I'll keep that in a block because it'll hopefully remind me it needs to be refactored. That needs refactoring, but I'm only allowed to do one level. Current rules are refactor by one level, no change to implementation. So I'm not allowed to change how things work either. The fact that I've just added a has initialized, I had to because it's a return value that's required for initialization purposes. So you're initialized properly. That brings our application down to, don't need that bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. To that. So a couple of lines. That's more what I would like for my initialization. It looks a damn sight better. It looks like real code at long last. My God. How things change in this game. I love it. I better say hello to all my viewers. Hi as all. Don't be afraid to ask questions or give me your thoughts on anything that I'm doing at the moment. As I just flashed on screen there, we are doing our display program. I'm just refactoring it. We've done phase 1, which was a prototype, which was just splattering code in and making a complete mess of things, as you can tell. And we're in phase 2 now, where I do the first refactoring. So this is the mess I made. Yeah, it's a bit messy. I've got to get through it. Core initialize of game state. Okay, I've highlighted it, so let's just cut it out, because it's going to have to come out anyway. I said core, didn't I? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's going to mess this up, isn't it? Oh, damn, and I was hoping I was going to get away with this one. Okay. Pop it in there, then. Don't know if it'll be useful, but it's there. Need a storage system for these. We've got it now, so I don't need that note. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine as it is for now. That needs to disappear completely. We can vaporize that part one day. Right. What else have we got here? Is running equals true? Initialize the app. Yep. False. Okay. Event for poll event. Yeah, we'll keep that. Number of users. Really? Is anybody using that? And data timer, frame, start frame, end. Okay. Data timer every 30 milliseconds. Check events. Receive data every frame. Well, hold on a minute. It doesn't core system do that for us? I think it does. Here we go. That's what that's for. We'll sort out what we do with it in a second. There should only be one message type. It should be a type 2. So does a message type really matter? Yeah, I suppose it does. Okay, I've refactored that. That now becomes m underscore core system arrow update. Done. Alrighty. Don't have to pass anything through. Ah. That's interesting. Remove. Totally. And muser ready. Well, we can't check that here. So we'll have to check it here. No. I want it to receive. I don't care whether it's ready or not. This is not that kind of thing anymore. It was initially, where we had to make sure that Bob was ready for us to start receiving data. That's not a problem anymore because this system is run first. Then the server gets started and then the GUI gets started. So Bob will be well up and running before. Yeah. It's only because we started the server before we did this before. Yeah. So we had to check whether he was ready or not. But he will be. Bob will be ready for us. Hiya's there. Yay. Thank you. Hats off. How are we going to do that? As he wanders off into thought halfway through saying a sentence. Alright. Current game state from the server. If message type is equal to 2. User position X equals that. Does this work? Let's find out. We'll cut it from here. Let's find out if any of that works. Edit. Right. So we've got a couple of errors here. That's what I thought. User position X equals SDLNet. Ah. I've got it. Ooh. Hash defined, blah 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 blah. SDLNet re32, raw data 5. Yeah, that's right. Huh, okay. Ah. So num users is used. That's okay. We have a logging here, which is dangerous. Where am I getting this raw data from? That's the address of raw data 1. That's not right. I haven't attempted to get the raw data, have I? Okay. And I don't know what the raw data is going to be. What do we think? I think our network's got something for this. It'll be in the H part, won't it? M buffer is char blast. Oh no, it doesn't matter. So it'll be char star raw data. Use auto. Why? Can it do anything I can't? Char star raw data. Okay. Maybe in the finales. Maybe when I clean the code up, I'll use auto, but why? I think I prefer to decide what my variables are and get it wrong and learn. I prefer to learn to get it right first and then use auto later. It's nothing against auto. You lot use auto. Ignore me. I'm just an old fuzzy duddy who likes to make his life difficult. Okay. Because all I have to do is that. Char star raw data equals, it'll be UDP, oh no, M underscore UDP net, get raw data. Ta-da! See, it's not that difficult to get it right. You just have to look it up. So, user XY done, int numbers done, 1 to num users. Yeah, okay. Other users XY. Okay. Other user is ready true. Okay. Of course, yeah. Something missing here. I've got it here as well. I might be using that. What if your raw data is empty? Won't that be a disaster? It can't be empty. And if it is, well, I don't know what would happen. It's really as simple as that. I have no plans or contingencies for it being empty. We are in prototype stage. This is prototype 2, as it says in the bottom left-hand corner. There is no contingency for it. No, my computer will not blow up. It may fall over and say naughty things at me and wag a finger, but it won't blow up. It'll probably just crash the program, which is fine, because the only way for it to get bad data is for me to give it bad data. And that would take effort on my behalf. So let's not do that. Good point though. What happens if our data is bad? Dunno. Maybe these reads will irk up, but there'll be a new set of data along in a couple of milliseconds, so will it matter? At this point, you really should use try catch. I think that's what you're really getting at. And my answer to that is yes, you probably should use try catch. And in case any of this goes wrong, then you can catch it as an exception and tell it to do nothing. And to skip the input and carry on. That's my answer to it, but the reason I haven't got it in here is because it's a prototype, and I want to make those mistakes and see if it does crash. So the answer is I don't know what happens, and I would like to find out. STD array, what would I need one of those for? It's already an array. That's what square brackets are. That's an STD array there. C++ way. No, that's an STD array. C++. It's exactly the same. I'm not using vectors at this point, if that's what you mean. I don't think I am anyway. I'm hoping I've avoided them, because I've got a map floating around somewhere for me to fill in. All this information, by the way, goes into a storage map in the server. So all of this information is held by the server in a map, which is a type of standard array, I suppose. It's a container. It's a C++ container. It's not a very good one, but it'll do its job. Looking good there. But you're quite right in your question. Absolutely. Won't that be a disaster? I hope so. Funny, I know it's silly to say, but it's what this is about. It's going to be fun to find out what it does. Application's still moaning at me. Alrighty. We seem to be started getting this down anyway, which is the whole point of this. We're refactoring at the moment, if you want to know what I'm doing. It's not about coding, this is about moving code properly, so it don't need a space there, really. I'm not sure I really need a space here either. Alright, what's this? That's to do with rendering. Ooh. Okay. Create. Cut. That gets replaced by display. I'm going to put it in prepare for now. Probably not the right... it isn't the right place. It's here. That's where that belongs. This is why I was looking at it before and I was thinking where to put it. And yeah. Because that's the start of the rendering. Because I'd split it up whilst I was going through the prototype phase. And I looked at it when I was splitting it up and thought to myself, why am I doing that? Okay. So that's create. I'll copy that. Actually, no, copy the lot. Oh, cut it. And this is going in display. So that's where you create. Yeah, I just got to say that answer. Create other users. Yeah. Other users. Do we not have it? Oh, we don't. Oops. Oh well. Never mind. And that's why we should put render other users. Okay. And others area. That has to travel. FFS. I'll come back to that because I don't like this yet. Let's get rid of that other users business first before I decide about that. How have I not got other users and M users? Where have they gone? They were probably up here somewhere. Ah, no, they're not. What on earth were they? Oh, they were users, literally. They were from data. Okay. Hash include data. No, don't want it. I'm not liking that. This will have to be completely refactored now because of the way I've done it. I'm splitting it into two and we're going to get these cock-ups. Other users is data, coming from some data somewhere. Okay. We'll find out where you are in a minute or two. Application, carry on. Then we create a character Bob, which is that bit. So M underscore display. We prepare and we render. Why do I split it in two? Makes it easier and makes you think more about what you're doing. Because obviously it was all in one line here, so it was dead easy to, well, cheese it basically and make it into something that it should never have been. So really the prototype wasn't wrong, it was just a bit more lazy than it needed to be, I think. Cut. Because when you look at it like this, it makes more sense. There we go, he goes there. And back in the application, what we've got left? Render Bob. And swap buffers. Yeah, looks about right. Alright, so we do have problems with this now. Which is good. Oops. That was a microphone I just hit. Sorry about that. Just double thinking myself. Swap buffers. Cut. Paste. That's better. Right, so it doesn't work. That's good that it doesn't work, because it means by refactoring it we've shown there's a problem with this. Some big problems with it. It was never structured correctly in the first place. So I'll switch you off, I don't want to see that. Let's see if we can get this red blobs. I've got to get rid of the red blobs in application first. Save you. Save you. You haven't got any red blobs in. That's interesting. I wonder if that'll work. I'll laugh if it does. You're okay now. Well, hey. Alright, so that's how we render. So we receive data, we render all, we clean up, and we've still got that. Okay. I think we can take the 10 off now. We'll go down to 1 now. Frame end, STL get ticks, data plus timer. Fantastic, that's all now working. Oh look, our while it's running has come down a lot. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Right, so if shutdown is 0, we are going to call shutdown. It's got an int on it. Does UDPnet have an int? No. That's void. Send data is an int. Yeah, well, don't care about that one. Message 0 is log off. We don't send it. GUI sends that. Has GUI still got it? Yes, GUI has. Send data, don't need to. We don't send data from here. Well, that's just abridged that to that. That was good. Display shutdown. See if we need an int on here. Destroy texture. Oops. You're not going to tell me if I don't put that in for some reason. Void, 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 void. Great. Fantastic. There's nothing to send back. Okay, get back to here. Core shutdown is a still quit. Are we sure about this? First thing you always do is make sure that we initialized it. Yes, we did. So we have to put it in. That's right. Wow, that's come down to a small, nice little parcel. We'll keep that one for the core system. Core system itself is let's have a look now. We have m_display first. Yeah. M underscore core system goes last. That's you. Both of those are shutdown equals. Yes, I know they don't do anything, but hey ho. Yet. Turn shutdown. Yep, that's right now. That'll return any errors if there are any when we get around to doing those. That's everything, isn't it? So this is becoming nice and small now, except for this messy bit here. 30 milliseconds we're receiving. No, we're not. We're just checking for events every 30 seconds. Ooh. I might have to put that up. That's going to be checking too much. Slow it down a bit. We'll give it 5 milliseconds. That's better. I don't want it going too fast at this stage because it's 3 programs running all at the same time, and I don't want the single chip I'm supposed to be using to overload. I know I've got more chips, but I don't care. I always evaluate it for a single chip. Never ever do I write for the number of chips that are in my CPU. I think that's it really. I think application's good. Well, I hope it's good, because it's starting to look good for me. Any questions about what I'm doing? Feel free to shout out on what you can see on the screen, or what you're doing on your own projects. If you want to ask questions about your own projects, please feel free to do so. Often makes my day when you do, because sometimes I don't know the answer. And I wonder why. Application's good. Okay, so application I am now done with. Core system, I think can we sign this off? Yes and no, I think is the answer to this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that. I can't change the implementation of it. I've got to use this implementation, but that has to change. That is awful. Oh well. If message equals 2. Yeah, okay. This is Crack-On. Learning a bit of web dev by playing around with an idle browser game. What language are you using for that, if you don't mind? Or what language is it in? PHP, HTML? Most people, well, from what I've heard, most people are on PHP or Ruby with Rails or something like that. From what I've heard. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm quite interested in browser games, by the way. Mainly because this is exactly what I've just done. This is a browser game, when you think about it. The display is not in the main program. Yeah, that's right, just front-end TypeScript. Wow. React and MobX. Good luck on that one, yikes. Sounds like fun though. Sounds like fun. This will not compile. going to sign core system off for a second or two and stare blankly at the screen on this. What are we actually doing? We are creating areas to be used there. Alright, well those areas need to be stored then. They are textures, rectangles, SDL rect. Okay, I can do that. X, Y, W, and H. Yeah, alright, okay, Bob's area. And yeah, okay. Oops, sorry. Nope. I've only got SDL2 here. So I haven't exactly pushed the boat out yet, have I? Let's push the boat out. Well, let's have a vector. And let's have an std colon vector, and we'll have that for SDL rect. And we'll call it rectangles. Am I serious? Yeah. Angles. And it's an M. That will automatically... I'm not putting a star on that. Am I? No. No. I'm not. Not at this point, I'm not. So what we can now say is... you come second. That's for starters. And that will be rectangle, M underscore rectangle, rectangles dot pushback, open brackets, and others area. That'll do there. Where am I going to get other users from? Don't know. Let's just solve one problem at a time. M underscore rectangles. Dot pushback. And that's Bob's area. Capital A. And I spelled it wrong. Right. Where am I? Oh, yeah. We only need to do that if ready. So I'm going to have to get this user from somewhere. So I may as well use him here as well. So if m underscore other user, we decided is ready. Seems to be a good idea. And we can do that. And that will be and m underscore rectangle 1. And that will be rectangle 0. There we go. Now, every time we start, we have to clear our rectangles here. Shrink, push back, R begin, R end, reserve, resize. Okay. How do I get rid of them? Place, empty. That's a bool. Checks if it's empty. Erase. Isn't there another one? Is it, or is it just erase? Because that would be erase 0 and erase 1. Or can it do all of them? Remove element at given position. Yeah, I thought so. Clear. No, I just really wanted to click on it, thank you. Dot. Clear. Erases all the elements. Note that the function only erases the elements, and that if the elements themselves are pointers, the pointed to memory is not touched. Okay. And that's why I didn't make a pointer. Clear. Okay. Thank you for that. There we go. So we clear the rectangles and we make new ones if we need to. Excellent. Oh, and for chat and all viewers, if you want to chat with each other about ideas and projects that you're on, please do so in chat. That's what it is. It's a game club. The last word I'm serious about. That's what I want this to be. It's not about this MMO program that I'm doing. Because if you've ever asked somebody, how do you program an MMO, they'll just turn around to you and laugh at you. Well, I don't. I say, well, let's find out. That's the difference between me and other people, that's all. So, M user and M other user. Now, I could cheat here, but I'm not going to. Okay, have we stored our data now? Our data has been refactored already. So we now have this. Add user, update users, and delete users. Ooh. Hadn't thought about that, so I'm not going to use it because I hadn't thought about it at the time. I'll have to do that as a separate part of the project now. So instead of M user, oh yeah, we're going to have M users and M other users, then, aren't we? Because our data doesn't hold that, but under data structures, we've still got it. Okay, So hash include, it's a library, it's MMO data, I think. Oh, come on, tell me you've got it. You're joking me. Yes, I've got it. Okay. MMO data. Make sure I spell it right then. / data structures. And it's user.h. That exists, and I don't care what you say, you'll have to find it for yourself this time. Not my problem. Now, again, I don't like what I'm doing, so I'm not going to make these into pointers. So users. It's not going to give it me, is it? Okay. It probably means it wants that MMO data. Come on, can't you find it? Yes, thank you. I thought you could. So I've now got access to MMO data, : user m underscore user and other user. And MMO data, : user. Ooh, did that work? I keep doing that. Zeros and O's. The 0 and the O are so close to each other. My vision isn't that good. And that is going to be m underscore other user. Right. So now we have those two. We need to create them, don't we? No, we don't. They've just been created. So they're just statically bound. You can see that I had them as pointers before. Yeah. I can do that. Right, this now won't work. And it can't work because there is no connection between these figures and the network. And this is ready. So I need connection between here, the network, and is ready. Bob has, I hope, been initialized, but he hasn't. He has been initialized probably in core. There you go, there's his there's M users and other users. They're here. Great. So this is how we update using the core system. We then have to set the data. Okay, we can do that. Alright, I've got game state data. Oh, I'm so tempted to use game state data at this point and just send game state data through. I really am. I think I need to think on that. What do you lot think? The answer is yes, I should use game state data. That will change the implementation too much at this point. No, what I will do instead is I will include... There is no game state data being used here, is there? No, there isn't. So I don't know why I've got it there. Oh, we are. Ah. Never mind. I'll have that back. Whoops. So under course system here, what I want to be able to do is set our display. Okay, I'm going to do it the stupid way. Okay, let's do it the silly way then. So it's get user. Yeah, we can use this. Get user. And what will it be? Can't do it. Don't like it. This ain't working for me. If you notice, I don't do very many getters or setters, if any at all. How to pass the user's data over to the display. And we already have muser, but not. We only need to pass the data over. The course system is going to be taking in the data from the server, and it's going to end up here. It's going to end up in user and m other user. And those are data structures. That's wrong. That's correct. I think I'm going into deep thought here. How's that weather doing? It's getting a bit clouded over. Okay. And I think at this point what we'll do is we'll kick back, relax, work out the final bits and pieces, come back with new energy and get it all running. How's about that? We've been up now for nearly 2 hours, so I'll put this down as part 1. If I can get it in today, then I'll have part 2 later on this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wish you all the best. Shout out to Kraken, Doe, Pochkai 15 and Said Who 12, chatting away in there. Thanks very much for your help. Brilliant stuff, and thanks very much for the hints and stuff to look up. I will catch you very, very soon with the next installment of the display, and I wish you all the best. Keep on coding and have fun.